So if you've decided to add an additional copier to your Dell laptop so that maybe you can print multiple places. And again, I'm talking about not a regular HP like a laser printer, but one of the Ricoh copiers that's in the office. There is an additional step to be able to use that as a printer. So I'm going to go through that. It's a little convoluted, and I apologize for that, but there's really no other way to do this. So you could have one of the tech people do it. I could do it for you, but if you want to try to do it yourself, I'm going to show you all of the steps. You might need to watch this several times or play it on slow speed or something like that, or pause periodically. Just work through it on your computer as you watch the video. That's probably easiest. So I assume by now you have added in the printer. So if you don't know how to do that, there's a little installation process for that. That was on a separate video, but again, I could walk you through that. So now what we're doing is we're going to the Windows button, which looks like this, and printers and drivers. Okay, so in the very lower left of your Dell desktop is the little Windows button, devices and printers, and it will bring up the screen that you see right here. So I have a lot of different printers on here, mostly because I've been making these videos and trying things out. But the South Unit Office copier is the one that I haven't formatted yet. So you're going to right-click on that and go to Printer Properties, and it will bring up this screen here. Okay. Then there's a Preferences button, so you click there. And under Preferences, there are 3 tabs. We want the second tab that says Detailed Settings. And then in the middle, there are a nice big list. We're going to go to Job Setup. Okay. All right. There is a job type. We, for security purposes, use what's called a locked print. And the locked print, because we're setting it up this way, you're not going to be prompted every time you use the copier as a printer. You're not going to be prompted for these codes. It's automatically in here, and you just have to go to the copier and find the ID that you use. So in order to use one of the copiers, you have to enter your 4-digit tech code. Okay. So I'm just going to use mine, but you would use yours. This has to be your assigned 4-digit code. Otherwise, that print job will never make it to the copier. All right. You're going to enter this 2 more times. So under Details, under Locked Print, or right next to Locked Print, there's a Details button. And there are 2 more places to enter. Now here, you can actually choose what you want to do. When your Dell was created, whatever unit you're assigned to for those copiers, the same 4-digit code was used, but you could also go back in and change those if you want a little bit more security. So the user ID is just what will show up on the screen. So some people use their last name or their initials. So I'm just going to use my 4-digit code. Right? Again, that's sort of an option. And your password could also be something different if you want a little bit more security. I'm not worried about people stealing my, the worksheets that I print out. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this. And we type OK. And then back on this screen, it's important that you click Apply. So now we've entered 3 different codes, right? I've entered the same 4 digits for all of them. So we click Apply. And then we click OK. Right? And then that part of it is done. If you want to print a test page, you can. I'm not going to bother with that. Right? And there's one more step that we need to do. And this is kind of a funny issue that Joe Irwin noticed, that with Windows 10, a lot of times these codes get lost for some reason. So he wrote a nice little script that will easily regenerate this without going through that whole process that you just saw there. So what we're going to do is down here, there's a little folder that says File Explorer. We're going to go there. We need to go to this PC. We're going to go to the C drive. So there's other ways to get to the C drive, but you're going to go to the C drive and go to the Printer Drivers folder. Okay, in the Printer Drivers folder is, and yours looks a little different than mine probably, there's something that says Export Copiers. And what this little thing it does, Joe wrote this, it's a script, it's a shortcut, and what it does is it takes all of those numbers that you put in when we did the steps a few minutes ago and saves those codes somewhere on your computer so that if they ever get lost, and Windows 10 has this problem with losing those codes, it can easily be replaced, okay? So you just double-click on Export Copiers, and you'll see a little black screen comes up, and it's done. You don't even need to do anything else except press a key, and that's that, okay? And then we are done here. Now, if anything would ever happen where one of the copiers just doesn't seem to be working, if the jobs don't get there, it could be that Windows 10 did lose your code. Don't know why that happens, but on your main desktop, which is like this blue screen here, there's a little button that says Reset Copiers. You would just double-click there. It's another shortcut script that Joe wrote, and it's done. It found those codes that we just saved when we exported it and put them back in where they belong, and they're all repopulated on all those copiers that you put on there, okay? So I know that's long and convoluted, and I apologize. Don't shoot the messenger. But if you need to do this step with a new copier, you just have to go through it. And if that all looks hateful, then get somebody else to do it for you, not a problem. Okay? All right. Thanks for watching.